I don't care if you're 45 or 18, you can become a homeowner this year, and it might be the best financial decision you ever make. If you don't know who I am, I'm Max Moore, co-founder of Realty Co, and we've helped investors buy 500 homes in the last 3 years. But I bought my first rental at 19 years old, and now I'm 25, and I own a total of 5 properties, and I've helped 100 first-time buyers and investors do the same. I did this all while getting married, having a kid, and running other businesses by understanding the numbers, using the right lending strategies, and making smart first moves instead of waiting for the perfect. Today, I'm breaking down a real 22-year-old's financial situation. We're going to dive into exactly what numbers matter and how making this first move in real estate is going to be easier than you think. Jumping right in, we just got this email in from a 22-year-old. I'm going to read through exactly what he gave me, and let's break down a situation. Hey Max, my name is Jason, and I'm a 22-year-old who is an avid listener of the pod. Shout out, Jason. I just graduated from IU in Bloomington, and I'm looking to make my first jump into real estate investing in Indianapolis. I don't know if that's even possible for me, LOL. So would love some guidance here. Providing you with some initial personal information that will hopefully inform your recommendations. I just started a new job downtown as a financial analyst, base salary $73K. Living with my parents 20 minutes outside of the city to save some money for a down payment. I have $23K in savings and $5K in an investment brokerage account. I have about $30K in student loan debt and cars paid off, no credit cards. Monthly expenses are, pretty meticulous and everything's taken care of. What should my first move be? I'm ready and stoked to move forward. Well, Jason, you're ready to buy a house now. And let me show you how. You're making $73K. On that new salary. There's your income, money, it's green, right? You've got $20K in savings. You have pesky student debt. Sorry about that. I don't even remember how much it was because I could care less about that. Call it $25K in debt. You're going to pay the monthly minimums on that until it goes away, or get aggressive when you're saving from all that money. And when we're thinking about buying a house, the reason why you're ready is most of my first-time home buyers or investors have about $10K liquid that they're going after. You have 20 and you have no expenses right now. And really, actually, most people have no money coming out of college. So congrats for you. I'm going to assume that you did some side hustles or kept a job while also getting a degree. Very, very impressive. And then data analytics, dude, you're crushing life. 10K down on a house. You're going to buy a duplex because you want to be able to house hack. You're a young buck. You're just getting into the industry. You're working downtown. You might as well live near where you work, live and play. I'm assuming you're probably got some nightlife going on the weekends downtown. You're in Indy. Let's get out of your parents' basement. We're going to assume that you're going to use a 5% conventional because you just got the salary. There is a potential that you may need to ask mom and dad to be a cosigner. And in that event, and we're buying a duplex, they would have to occupy the other side of the duplex per FHA guidelines. So let's just assume 5% down conventional. So we've got 10K as a down payment, 10 to 20K. We've got 20 bones that we can use, which gives you a range of a purchase price of 200K to 400K purchase price. What does that look like in Indianapolis? Well, that looks like pretty much any multifamily property that's worth living in that's available on the marketplace. It's very rare that you're seeing over $400,000 as a purchase price. In fact, I actually would recommend getting a pre-approval to shop around the 300 range. That's going to put you in a comfortable C+ to B- area because I get it. Like, you're young, you're going to be living downtown. We don't need to stretch and put you in a $150K duplex. That's going to be scary and intimidating to live in night. We want to put you on Churchman near Fountain Square, where it's just going to feel like a suburb town in Indianapolis, or like Bates Hendricks would be a great location to move in Indy as a first-time house hacker. So you buy for $325K, assuming it already has a tenant in one side for $1,500 a month. Now, what you're left to pay and what you're left responsible for is a mortgage. You're looking at $2,365 per month estimated. And I want to make something really clear. You're going insured conventional 5% down to get to this payment so that mom and dad don't have to live in the other side. If it's FHA and they co-sign, they do. At this $1,500 income, it's green. We like green. $2,300 in the red per month. You are losing $865 per month in a mortgage payment. You're actually just paying $865 to own a $325,000 asset because you're doing what? You're hacking the system. That's why it's a house hack. And what you're going to do is you're going to live there for the next 2 years. So you're going to occupy the place for 2 years. And what's going to happen is you are going to be able to save up out of that. We had $73K in salary. So every month, assuming taxes in Indianapolis, obviously it's cheaper. That's one of the reasons why you're probably sticking around in Indy. You'll probably be taking home like $4,800-ish per month. You're only paying $800 to live. So that means, let's take out utilities and all that. At a conservative rate, you have $22.5K that you're putting back, hay in the barn. That's a lot of money whenever it comes to buy the next one. But you want to reside in this 123 Main Street, $325K duplex for at least 2 years because it's going to help you 5 years down the road with capital gain taxes. So you're stacking up bread. We're going to put 20% down on your next duplex after 2 years. So this is a 5-year runway. You're going to buy another one. You're going to repeat the process. The payment's going to be even lower because you have more money down. You're going to stick a tenant in. You're going to start cash flowing $865 a month on property 1. Property 2, you're going to break even on the monthly payment, and you're going to live there for another 2 years. At year 4, you're going to sell property 1 and get all the cozy appreciation back, which I don't know, I can just spitball and say you're probably going to end up with a $60K gain, assuming you don't do anything in it. Honestly, while you're living there for the first 2 years, you should be doing things like changing the flooring, painting the cabinets, putting knobs on the counter, or putting knobs on the drawers in the counter. Anything you can do to spend $1 to gain 2 by adding value is going to be huge so that you can get a $60K gain over 2 years from property 1 and roll your original down payment and all of that equity, call it like $75K, a year of your salary that you just gained over, doing nothing for 4 years besides owning a property. So congrats to you. Rolling that over into a new property with no capital gains tax, because in the US, if you reside in a home for 2 out of the last 5 years, you have to stay there for 2 years, which you did, you can sell it without the capital gains tax. And you can defer that and continue to roll your equity so that when you're 30, when you're 35, you're sitting at $1 million in a equitable real estate portfolio just by simply moving. Jason, sorry to hit you with so many numbers and ad nauseum. I'll just be simple. Brother, buy a house. You are ready. You worked hard in college. You got $20K in the bank. Let's go get a house. Turn that into $150K in the next 5 years. Give me a call. And if your name's not Jason and you're not a data analyst in downtown Indianapolis and you didn't go to the amazing college of IU, Bloomington, go Hoosiers, but you're curious if you're going to be able to buy a house and if you can house hack for the first time, just drop us a comment below and with your situation, or email us at hello@rootsrealty.co, and maybe you'll be featured on the next edition of the Roots Numbers Show.